This one West World.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
They talk about man. Oh, go. Yeah, it's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run when you're gone, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get the wrong right, get another legacy.
If you gotta do the shit, when I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took an oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, sold your seat for some bloody beef. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run when you're gone, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Fusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Fusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It ain't that they don't wanna know, we tell them they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't much to be desired, gotta disagree. Sparring one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. One West World for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run when you're gone, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Fusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Fusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
All right, Shalom Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been established since 1969, and we are not affiliated with any faith Israelite group whatsoever. No church group, Muslim group, nobody. All right, and what we do is teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and also Native Indians are the true Israelites according to the Bible. With that being said, today is law class. Every Wednesday here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, we have the law class because it's important. If you are a Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you know, it is mandatory for you to be following all the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Bible, all right? It's not optional. And what we do in school is teach that. So if you don't know how to follow the law, don't really know what the law is, this is why we teach these classes, because we're going to teach you how to follow the Most High. We're going to teach you how to save your life, as a summary, because following the law, you just saving your life by following law, by doing what the Lord is telling you to do. So today we got a good class. As you can see, the topic what is heaven and hell according to the Bible. All right. What is heaven and hell according to the Bible? A lot of people, so like you. All right. A lot of people don't know what's heaven or hell. We just know what our pastors tell us. We don't know no scriptures whatsoever. We just know what our Christian pastors tell us. Many of us don't know, many of us don't know 5 scriptures by heart. A lot of us only know John 3 and 16. That's it. Most Christians don't know 3 scriptures. I'm gonna say 3. I'm not even gonna say 5. A lot of Christians just know John 3:16. A lot of y'all don't know the Bible at all. You understand? So, it's very important to understand what heaven and hell really is and not what your Christian pastor is telling you. You know what I'm saying? Because, this is the ISUPK. And the PK stands for practical knowledge. So let's just think logical. Before I even get in my topic, let's just think logical about what is heaven and hell. All right. So we all know when you die, you could go to heaven. They also say you could go to hell. But just sit here and think, when is the last time you heard your pastor ever telling somebody or bringing up somebody actually going to hell? When has he ever, talked about things that's going on within our lives in the community, about the bad things we do against God, and say, y'all, we're going to go to hell for doing this? You never heard it. Even at a funeral where somebody is dying, and we all know the person who's died and then all these, horrible things and crimes against other people. You've never heard a pastor in your life ever tell anybody they're going to hell. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear a pastor at a funeral say the person who died is going to hell. Everybody going to heaven. You understand? Everybody is going to heaven according to your pastor. So even Christians deep down don't even believe in hell, because you never hear nobody, you never hear anybody, saying that you're going to go to hell in the church. It's not happening. You understand? You're not going to hear that. And you know why? Because this is why Christianity is just, hypocritical, because it cuts itself within that anyway. They tell you hell, it's, somewhere underground, where a red man, a red devil, is picking you with a pitchfork. You know what I'm saying? You gonna burn it on fire all day. Everybody know where hell is, what they explain hell is. Something crazy. You understand? And that's it. You live and you just die and go to hell, which is just don't even make sense. That sounds like a fairy tale, like something, like a movie. You can't possibly think you're gonna be just sitting here burning all day by fire and somebody is poking you to death with a pitchfork, you getting stabbed all day, somebody shooting you. I mean, all kind of crazy stuff. We all know all the stuff we hear. But my question to a pastor would be, to you Christians would be, how do you go to hell if the law is done away with? That's my question to all Christian pastors, to all Christians who believe in that it's a hell 6 feet under. How do you go to hell if the law is done away with? If you telling me the law is done away with, what does that mean? I can do what I want to do because the Lord is just gonna forgive me. All I gotta do is pray, ask for forgiveness, right? The Lord gonna forgive me, right? He gonna forgive anything I do. So by that logic, what the hell I'm going to hell for? Why are we even talking about going to hell if the law is so-called done away with? That's my question to all Christians and Christian pastors. That's what I don't understand. That's when that logic right there just cuts itself. It don't even make sense, man. You talk about the judgment day, all this stuff. Okay, if the law is done away with, what is judgment day for? If I can just do what the hell I want to do, what's judgment day for? And why would I be going to hell? That's what I'm saying. Like it makes zero sense, man. Nobody's going to hell. You've never heard a pastor say in his life, he going to hell, she going to hell, y'all going to hell. You never hear a pastor saying that because he's telling you the law is done away with. If the law is done away with, why are y'all talking about going to hell? You know what I'm saying? The logic don't make sense at all. You understand? You know, ain't nowhere in the Bible it says a red man is poking you forever because of your sins. You know, and Christianity isn't the only religion that believe in hell. It's a lot of other religions that believe in hell. This goes back hundreds of years ago. You understand? This ain't something that's been done now. This goes back a long time ago. A lot of other religions believe in hell. But we got an article about hell where we got an article we're gonna read, you know, about where hell actually came from, and we also gonna explain heaven. You know, we're gonna explain what is heaven and also what is hell. But I just want y'all to understand, man. You know, ask your Christian pastor that, man. Who going to hell? Well, what do I have to do to go to hell? Because according to him, man, you can do what you want to do and still go to heaven. So, you know, nobody's really going to hell. No, this is something they just say. You understand? Another lie that Christian pastors tell you, man. Everything in there is a lie. Everything in there is a lie, man. So we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get in these scriptures. First, we're gonna explain. We're gonna explain what is heaven. Then we're gonna get into what is hell. So we're gonna get Matthew. I'm gonna share my screen. Share my screen. Pull up the Bible. All right. So like here. All right. We're gonna go to Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10 first. All right, this is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10. And it reads, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. All right, so let's read that one more time. Thy kingdom come, that will be done in earth as it is in heaven, which means God's will is going to be on earth as it is in heaven. You understand? How is in heaven? Heaven is a condition on earth, and our pressure is in heaven right now. You understand? We are living in his kingdom right now. You know what I'm saying? His will is moving the earth. But when the Lord's will will hit the earth, we will be in rulership. You understand? That kingdom come, that will be done in earth as it is in heaven. In earth as it is in heaven. You understand? Not in heaven as it is in heaven, in earth as it is in heaven. You know, the Lord's will is going to be on heaven. You understand? Heaven will be on earth. The kingdom will come and it will be in earth. We got to understand. We got to look around and understand what's going on. Not everybody is going through what we're going through. All right. A lot of us don't understand it. A lot of us don't get it. You know, a lot of us, need to stay off the phone, get off social media, and really look what's going on. You understand? We're living in certain conditions that other nations never experienced. We've been going through the same thing in this country for hundreds of years, and not that much has changed, man. We're still dying. We're still getting shot in the streets. We're still getting drugs put in our community. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are being killed at their house. Families are being split up. You know, the crime rate in our communities is going up. I mean, everything is going wrong. Nothing is really improving. You understand? Because we don't understand who we are. We don't understand what condition we are in and how to get out of it. Why is it nobody else goes through what we go through? Because they are in heaven right now. You understand? America is in heaven right now. Esau, the so-called white man, the Chinese man, the Asian, they in heaven right now. You understand? They can come from their country and come in your neighborhood, in the hood, in your ghettos, and open up nail salons, wing shack, open up any kind of stove and get rich. And then go back to their neighborhood, build houses, build a family, have a structure, have a flourishing community with money, with stores owned by them and them only, and just building up a nation. They can do those things. We can't because we are not in heaven. We are in hell right now, which we're gonna get to. But this is explaining that heaven can be in a condition as well, not in the sky. The kingdom will come and it will be done in earth as it is in heaven. All right. Now let's get Revelation chapter 5 and verse 10. And this is Revelation chapter 5 and verse 10. And it reads, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on earth. The Lord is telling Israel, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we should be ruling. We should be kings and priests. You know what I'm saying? That is our ultimate goal in the ISUPK, to rule the earth, to rule the world. You know what I'm saying? To have rulership. And let's get a precept. Let's get a precept to this right quick. Deuteronomy, we all know what it is. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, man. And this is one of the first scriptures I ever read about the Israelites. You understand? I read the scripture in the world and didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. But I knew something was odd about it. I knew that it sounded like, supremacy. That's what this is. The Lord promised us rulership, man. It says, for thou art a holy people. Holy means special unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. So the Lord chose the Israelites to be a separate people, a special people unto himself. Then it says, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord put us above everybody else. You understand? Above everybody else. That is rulership. That's rulership. And that's what it says in Revelation chapter 5 and verse 10. The Lord, man, is telling us that we should be ruling the world. But are we? No, we ain't ruling nothing. We don't even rule the neighborhoods we live in. Y'all niggas quit to say, man, this is my hood, this is my block, this is my tribe, this, etc. But, bro, we don't own none of this stuff. We can't call none of this stuff ours. Gentrification is happening right now to this day. This your hood, but the white man gonna come and tear all the projects down. He gonna tear all the houses down and put his corporation, his organization, build his buildings right there. He's doing it all the time. Boom Height gone, West Side finna be gone, and Chattanooga. They tore down Boom Height, they tore down, and now they finna tear down the West Side. You know what I'm saying? We don't rule anything. I'm talking about ruling the whole world, man. Rulership. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, man, when the wicked is in power of the people, you know what I'm saying? Morning, and that's us right now. You know what I'm saying? Who is in control? Who is ruling our neighborhoods? Who is ruling the world? We all know who it is. And that's why we're going through the things we go through. You understand? Because we are not in rulership. The Lord promised that for us. And the reason the world is so corrupt right now because the wrong people are ruling it, man. You give Esau some leadership, he gonna tear everything down, man. He gonna burn everything down. And that's what Joe Biden is doing right now. Even the white people hate Joe Biden. I mean, look what he's doing to y'all country. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle leadership. When they get in leadership, people die, people mourn, people, suffer. They just don't deserve rulership. The Lord gave that to us, but we got to get right with the Most High first, man. We got to prove ourselves to the Most High. We are capable of ruling the world like He promised us to. And that's why learning, understanding heaven and hell is so important. So we can understand the condition that we are in. A lot of us think we got to die to go to heaven. No, we do not have to die to go to heaven. We can have heaven right here on earth if we just do what the Most High tell us to. See, it's always going to come back to the law. Always. This is law class. You understand? It's always going to come back to the law. We can't get nothing if we ain't following the laws, man. So understanding heaven and hell is extremely important. It's extremely important because that lets us know, man, where we at. And that's where we at right now. Esau has our spot. Let's drop this. Let's get Revelation chapter 2 and verse 12. Salakia 21 and verse 2. This is Revelation chapter 21 and verse 2. And now John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned by her husband. As you can see, it says coming down from God out of heaven. God's kingdom is going to be on earth, not in the sky. It's not going to be in the sky. It's going to be on earth. You understand? New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. You understand? Now, who in Jerusalem right now? Who's in our homeland right now? Why we not over there? You understand? Who stole our identity? Why we don't wear our identity? A lot of us know we're Israelites, but we're too ashamed to say anything. We're too ashamed to wear it. In the ISUPK, we're gonna put this in y'all face, man. Everywhere we go, we make it known that we're Israelites. We teach that we're Israelites. We wear the dies, man. We wear the war crowns, the armbands. We make it known who we are. We're gonna throw it in your face every time you see us, man. You understand? Because our day will come. We will have rulership one day. And you're gonna remember them niggas who were on the streets corner streaming, teaching every weekend, every Saturday. The niggas y'all couldn't stand. You're gonna say, man, they was right. They was right this whole time, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look at the end, man. We can't look at what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Let that dictate our future. We gotta keep going. The Lord has this in promise, in store for us. Something bigger than all this, man. We gotta keep working and going towards that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even started yet, man. It ain't started yet. The Lord promised us rulership, and that's what we're gonna get at the end. We got to keep going. You understand? We don't have to die to get where we want to be at. We can have the heaven right here. You don't have to kill yourself, you know what I'm saying, to have a better life. You can have it right now. You understand? You can have that right now. You know what I'm saying? There's heaven in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? We don't kill each other. We don't steal from each other. You know what I'm saying? We know brotherhood. We have sisterhood. We understand helping each other out. We understand following the laws of the Most High. Imagine the whole world understood that. You understand? The Lord, our life would change in a heartbeat overnight. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Esau don't want us to know who we are. He don't want us to know, he don't want us to know who we really are as a people. Because then he'll understand. We're not going to celebrate his holidays no more. We're not going to do what he tells us to do no more. So we're not spending no money with y'all no more. We're not doing certain things no more. We're not going to be Americans. Basically, is what I'm saying. African Americans won't be a thing no more because now we know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Now the Lord is with us. You know what I'm saying? Esau knows what's going on, man. Esau, he knows what's going on. The only people who don't is us. Let's drop that. Let's get Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just explaining that, we can have heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? We can have heaven right now. Only people stopping us is us. The Lord will handle our oppressor. The Lord will handle Esau. You understand? He'll handle all that. We got to do our job first. You know what I'm saying? We got to partake in our job, do our purpose first. Fulfill our duty first. And that's keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't meet the Lord halfway. We got to go all the way. You understand? All right. So, where am I at? This should be Matthew chapter 10 and verse Salaki. Salaki. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. And it reads, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. What is Christ saying? Let's read that last part again. But rather fear him in which is able to destroy both soul and hell. Don't fear anyone who can kill your body, but not your soul. The Lord can kill your body and your soul. Your soul and your body, are in one contact. You understand? When you die, your soul is not your body no more. And it's very important to understand. When you lose somebody, that body, when you die, the body is just a body. The body is just what your soul was inside of, your spirit was inside of. It's just what's the world looking for? I'm not gonna say costume because it matters, but you get what I'm saying. When you die, your soul leaves your body. It's just a body. The Lord can destroy your body and your soul at the same time, like He's doing on earth today. You understand? And that's why it says in hell. You got to understand where we at right now. Black Hispanics and Native Indians. I'm talking to you and you only. The Lord is killing your soul in your body by the curses, man. In Deuteronomy 28, man, verse 15 through 68, it lists the curses that we're going through right now. The Lord is destroying both our body and our soul right now. For what? For being disobedient, man. You know what I'm saying? He's by putting us in the ghettos. You understand? We got to go outside and look at it and just look around. What do you see? You see Hispanics, brothers and sisters on the border in cages like animals. That's hell. You understand? You see us, you see Esau putting, drugs in our communities, killing our brothers and sisters. You see us selling each other drugs. Is that not hell? Police brutality. Is that not hell? That brother that got killed on the subway in New York. Is that not hell? And so many more things we go through, man. Is this not hell? You mean to tell me we got to go through all this we going through here in America just to die and go underground and get poked by a red devil with a pitchfork? That don't even make sense, man. That's confusion. That don't even make sense. We gotta go through all this BS, all this oppression, just to go underground and burn all day? What? This is why Christian pastors don't talk about hell in church. Because even they know how dumb it sounds, man. It sounds crazy. And I'm willing to bet my whole paycheck on this. You ain't finna like, no Christian pastors talking about hell. They talk about heaven, but they don't talk about hell, man. Because they know that hell is really a condition. You understand? Hell is really a condition. And we're going through that today. A lot of us look forward to dying because the life that we've been living. You understand? The life we live, man. A lot of us just don't care about killing ourselves. The suicide rate for us is extremely high. A lot of us is ready to go because we think that this is it when it's not. I just explained, gave the scriptures proving that we can have heaven right here on earth. You understand? But the scripture is saying, man, look, don't fear nobody. Don't fear the person that can kill your body. Fear the Lord because he can destroy your soul in your body. And we have dead souls. We don't even know who the hell we are. We don't know who we are. That's where it starts. If you don't know who the hell you are, what can you really do? What can you accomplish when you don't know where you came from and who you are as nationality? You don't know anything about yourself. That's the main issue, man. We don't know anything about ourselves, man. And they laugh at us. You understand? They laugh at us. These other nations are laughing at us because they know who we are, but we don't. And let's just understand this. Knowing who you are automatically comes with a God you're supposed to worship. Knowing who you are automatically comes with a culture, comes with the traditions, come with different things you're supposed to be doing. Like a Buddhist, man. If you're born Chinese or whatever it is, Asian, you're Buddhist. Therefore, you have your own God that looks like you. You have your own traditions, culture. You know your true history because you know who you are. That's very important. Knowing who you are makes you superior already. And that's why these other nations are so ahead of us because they have their own God, man. They know who they are. They know their true identity, true culture. You understand? We just think we black. We two continents, man. African American. Is that not here? We walking around here. A lot of us Buddhists, a lot of us Muslims, Christians. I mean, we everything. We don't know what's going on. We don't even know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But knowing who you are, knowing that you're an Israelite, that gives you life. You don't understand? And so, in the shorter term, it just gives you life. This Bible is the blueprint to save our life, man. You understand? The Lord is destroying both our soul and our body in hell. You know what I'm saying? When I go in the ghetto, in the hood, that's all I see. You understand? I don't see happiness. I don't see, flourishing businesses. I don't see brotherhood and sisterhood. I see oppression. I see death. I see suffering. A lot of us couldn't imagine what the Israelite brothers are going on them borders right now. General Muhammad broke this down, I think 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? On this scripture breakdown class, which is on Thursdays, about what the Hispanic brothers are going through on those borders. A lot of y'all couldn't imagine that right now. In 2023, a lot of y'all couldn't imagine, couldn't even, put yourself in those positions that our brothers are going through on that border right there, risking their lives, man, just to provide a better life for their families on a land that was theirs in the first place. Is that not here? You got brothers crossing the river with their children on their shoulders, man, dying, not making it on the other side to provide a life for their family. Is that not here? Come on, man. The Christian past are gonna keep continuing to lie to you, man. But we not. All right, let's drop this. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16. All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16, and it reads, like it. And moreover, I saw under the sun, the place of judgment. Now, what's under the sun? Earth. Let's start over. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So what is this saying? Earth is where your judgment is going to happen at. We are being judged right now. You understand? Before Christ did what he did, we were being judged on earth. The same way being judged right now. For certain things you did before Christ died, man, you could die for certain things. You'll be stoned to death. You understand? And Christ did what he did, but we're still being judged, man. We still being judged. How can you say we not being judged when we going through all this oppression? I'm gonna keep saying this. So you can understand that we in hell right now. So you can understand that hell is not on the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole, that's the truth of the matter of the class, man. We are being judged right now. Instead of living YOLO, we should go by the laws to get out of heaven. That's our ticket out of it, man. Like I say, this is law class. That's our ticket out of it. Everything we teach about is always going to come back. It's always going to come back to keeping the law. That's our whole purpose. That's our whole duty. That's what makes you an Israelite. You understand? That's what makes you an Israelite. Black man, Hispanic man, let the Indian man. Actually doing what God tells you, because that's your culture. You got to understand, keeping the law, yeah, do that because God told you to. But then again, it's still our culture. It's our culture to not eat pork. It's our culture to not eat swine, to not eat shrimp and lobster. It's our culture to celebrate the Passover. You understand, to partake in all the feast days and high holy days. That's our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are. Why would you not want to protect your own culture? Y'all don't want your own culture, I guess. Y'all want to copy everybody else. I don't want to copy everybody else. I want to do my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want my own guide. I want my own culture. I want my own high holidays. I don't want the white man stuff, man. I don't want the Muslim. I don't want the East Indians. I don't want all this stuff, man. I want to do the black man stuff. I want to partake in what the black guy told me to do. The God of Israel. You understand? We want to do what everybody else is doing. And that's why we're being judged right now. Everybody thinks we can just do what we want to do. And that logic right there is just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Even growing up in church, man, I always wonder, what are we doing here? You understand? We can do what we want to do. Not even we can sin now we want to. What the hell are we going to church for? Like, we just meet here to sing every week? Is that what we're doing? We just meet at church to sing and dance every week and give you money. That's what we doing. Getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? We throwing a concert for this pastor, and then he robbing us at the end. We got to pay to perform. That's church. You got to go pay to perform. That's Christian church in a nutshell. You understand? Like, and I'm gonna ask this question again. I asked a question at the beginning of this class, man. And if any Christians watching this class, I need an answer. I need a serious answer, man. If they telling you hell is a place, why are they telling you the law's done away with? How do you go to hell? How do you go to hell if the law is done away with, man? That's just Christian church is nothing but confusion. You understand? But yeah, according to the Bible, we are being judged right now. You understand? Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 22. Let me prove to you that we are being judged right now. All right. The same thing we're doing right now, we were doing this we was doing this fresh out of escaping captivity in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new. We've been doing this. We get out of captivity, go back, get out, go back. We've been doing this. We've been stuffing that people, man. Stuffing that people. It's like Okay, let's go up a little bit to get some context here of why the Lord said this, why he was so angry with us at this time. All right, let's start at Salakia. Verse 8. And it says, when the Most High divided to the nations of their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of children of Israel. Verse 9. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of its inheritance. All right, so the Lord is only dealing with Israel. You understand? This is a time where we escaped to Egypt under the captivity of Pharaoh under Moses. Let's go down. Let's go down to verse 17, verse 16, verse Shalaki, verse 15. But Jerusalem waxed fat and kicked, thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. And then he spoke, forsook God which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. Verse 16, they provoked him with jealousy, with strange gods, with abominations, provoked him to anger. Verse 17, they sacrificed unto devils, not to God, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, with their fathers feared not. So who we are doing the same thing that we're doing right now. So, worshiping rocks, man. Who do that to this day? Worship rocks. Worshiping strange gods, man. Abominations. We still doing the same thing to this day. Nothing's changed, man. Let's keep reading. Verse 19. And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred it because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. Verse 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children whom is no faith. So the Lord is not happy with us, man. I don't know why. We've been taught that God is just some happy, jolly, homosexual person, man, who just forgives everything and loves everybody. You can just do what you want to do. No. God loves, God hates too. He heals and he also kills, man. This proof. This is the proof right here. It's in the Bible. Let's keep reading. Verse 22. For fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn up into the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains, man. It says the lowest hell shall consume the what? The earth. You understand? This is what's going on right now. You understand? We're going through these things to this day. The Lord has forgot about us right here. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not happy with the things that we're doing, man. And he's proving it to us. You know what I'm saying? By sending curses, by putting us through the things we go through. Everything happens because of the Most High, man. A lot of us think this is life. And I've heard plenty, black people say, "Oh man, it's just, it is what it is. We just black. This is what happens when we black. God don't love us. We just, we got no hope. It's just, this it for us." I hear a lot of, black people talk like that, man. Brothers and sisters, man. Because we don't understand who we are. We don't understand that the Lord is doing these things to us because we're not doing the thing he tells us to do. And it shows you right here. He puts us in hell. This shows you that hell is a condition. You understand? Let's get Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. And it reads, Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, all children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying. So we in Amos, man. I say this all the time. Israel is in, almost not even every, Bible, book of the Bible, man. We was just in Deuteronomy. Now when Amos, the Lord is still dealing with Israel. The same nation he led out of Egypt, he's still dealing with them. Let's keep reading. Verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So the Most High is letting us know He gonna punish us for all the things we do. You know what I'm saying? This is why we go through the things we go through, man. Because we're not listening to the Most High. We ain't listening. Y'all ain't taking heed to what the ISUPK is saying. Y'all not doing what the Bible is telling you to do, what the Lord is telling you to do. So like it. You know what I'm saying? About following the Most High. And that's why we go through the things we go through for all these hundreds of years, man. You understand? This is why we're in the conditions that we're in. So like it. All right, so let's hold that. We're gonna read an article. Present. Sure. All right, this is an article called "Is Hell Real?" And it's written by Steve Myers. All right. First thing it says for Christians who believe in God of love, the concept of an ongoing hell can be disturbing and difficult to understand. Let's read this first paragraph. I'm not gonna read the whole paragraph. I'm gonna read the part that explains where hell that we've been taught came from. You know what I'm saying? So it says right here, are you afraid that a friend or someone that you know is in hell burning now and forever in fire retirement? On the other hand, you may not be too worried about the thought of your enemies burning in hell. Perhaps you don't buy into the concept of going to hell at all. Some think it's more superstition. After all, if God is being of great love, why would he condemn people to suffer in horrendous agony in hell forever? And that's true. You understand? That's what I've been explaining the whole class. If we've been taught that God is all love, you know what I'm saying, then why does it make sense that we've also been taught that you're going to be burning eternally if you don't do certain things? It don't make sense, man. It's hypocritical. Let's keep reading. It says, many believe in a perpetual fiery hell. Millions of people believe their enemies and some of the loved ones are burning in fires of hell right now. A recent survey found that the majority of Americans believe in a fiery hell. The belief is not one held by Americans in Britain and Australia. More than 3 out of 10 surveyed profess a belief in hell. About the same number in Canada, except hell is real. So, like I explained, man, in class, a lot of different nations believe in hell too, not just Americans, man. A lot of different religions believe that hell is real. Let's keep reading. Many believe that hell is a real place where bad people who've had led sinful lives receive eternal punishment. All right, so let's start right here. This is, like I said, it don't make sense because we're being taught that, you go to hell if you sin. Okay, the law done away with though, right? If the law's done away with, then how the hell we going to hell for sinning? That don't make sense. Then it reads, but many struggle to understand how a loving created God will condemn his creation to eternal torment. How could that be love? All right here. Dante's Inferno. This is a poem, right? Where hell came from. Of the Catholic Church grabbed and made it hell. Same thing they did with Christ's, identity. Took a painting from Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo and made that Christ. The Catholic Church. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it says in the early 1300s, the noted Italian poet Dante Alighieri penned an imaginary description of the hell in his work, the Divine Company. The beginning of the section of the epic poem is known as the Inferno, the Italian word for hell. The one story is probably most responsible for the Kamali hell notions of hell today. Let's keep reading. In his poem, Dante imagines that the ancient Rome poet Virgil takes him on a guided tour through hell. At the entrance gates, Dante hails is an anonymous inscription that ends, abandon all hope, you who enter here. Virgil tells Dante about the journey through hell. I'll be your guide, and you will follow me, and I will lead you through a world of pain where dead souls rife in endless agony and clamor as they cry to die again. Dante is led through 9 circles of hell, various compartments and levels of torturous afterlife. So in the ditch far down below the arch of which we stood, there were a bubble, vicious pitch. Dante sees locked in seared fiery tubes, people boiling in blood, and rain thrown by fire. What this sound like? This is the same description your pastor has told you before. You understand? When you learn that hell is somewhere it's fire, you boiling blood, you know what I'm saying? You're getting sprayed by fire all day. Then it says malicious demons jail, poke, whip, and beat those who are lost. This is exactly what the church has taught us, man. The same thing that this, poem is describing is the same thing we've been taught in church. You understand that demons are gonna be poking us with, whipping us to death, slicing us up with knives, beating us up, spraying us with fire. It's just all kind of crazy stuff, man. This is a poem and this is a fantasy. Let's read a little bit more. But suffer even more misery as scorching flames burn their feet. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is insane to even believe this, man. This is just childish. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me, you getting beat to death by a demon, your feet on fire, you boiling in blood, you getting rain thrown by more fire. How are you not dead, man? Like, this don't even make sense. Let's read a little bit more. Nevertheless, this isn't the fate of all. Others are frozen in a lake up to their heads to suffer the agony of stinging, bitter cold, only able to move their chittering teeth. All right. Dante created stunning, unforgettable visual images that became etched into people's minds. He played on our worst fears. The gripping scenes he imaged captured their attention and horror of the world. We see this expounded in movies and other popular culture centuries later. Even though Dante's work barely has any reference to Bible passages, it became a benchmark of what people would believe about the afterlife. The Catholic even calls it the sacred poem. So even the Catholic Church calls this poem the sacred poem, man. They took this poem and made it hell. You understand? Nowhere in hell explain, nowhere in the Bible explains hell being like this, man. You know what I'm saying? When devils is beating you up, whooping you with belt, whooping you with whips, your feet on fire, you got fire raining on you. This ain't nowhere near. This is nowhere in the Bible, man. But we taught this though. You understand? We're taught this, and that's the problem, man. That's the issue. You understand? You should be angry about the things that these pastors teach you because none of it's true. You understand? How does this even help you? Even if this was true, we still being taught to do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we doomed, man. You doomed no matter what you. If you go to church, man, you lose in every way. You're not winning at all, man. You're killing yourself every day going to church, man. You understand? So let's get back to these scriptures to go to we're gonna drop this. We're gonna go to Jonah. Sure. We'll go to Jonah chapter 2 and start at verse 1. All right. Well, let's go to verse 1 first. Start at verse 17 to see what's going on. It says, "Now the Lord have prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. And Jonah was in the belly of a fish 3 days and 3 nights." So we all know the story of Jonah, right? When he was trapped inside of a whale's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. All right, chapter 2 and verse 1. We're still in the book of Jonah. All right, it says, "Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord, his God, out of his fish's belly." Verse 2, it said, "I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice." It says, out of the belly of hell. Why did Jonah compare being in that belly to hell? Because hell is a condition. He was inside of a fish belly, man. That's hell. You understand? No food, no water for 3 days and 3 nights, man. That was hell to Jonah, man. He was crying to the Lord, get him out of there. You understand? That was hell to Jonah. Hell is a condition according to the Bible, man. You know, you are a fool if you believe that you're going to die and go underground and burn up. And nobody believes they're going to hell, man. You understand? Nobody on earth really believe they're going to hell. Nobody. Killers, pedophiles, you know what I'm saying? Rapists, people who do the most wicked crimes, man. The most wicked things, they don't even believe they're going to hell. Everybody believes they're going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? I've seen shirts where niggas got guns in their hands with wings in their back. Like this. They think everybody thinks they're going to heaven, man. Because we all know deep down, hell is it's a fairy tale. It don't even sound real. And like I said, you won't go to your church in a sermon as heaven and hell. You'll never hear a pastor explaining hell because he don't want to tell you the truth. He don't want to scare you. You understand? He don't want to keep you from not coming to church. He gonna tell you what you want to hear. Because telling you what you want to hear will bring him more money. You understand? It's all about the money when you're dealing with your Christian pastor. That's all it's about, man. It's about cash. That's it. So he's not going to tell you about hell. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to tell you that hell is really a condition that you're going through hell right now. He ain't going to tell you that, man. Surely you didn't get on 2 buses and have to walk to church, right? Surely you didn't give a pastor all your rent money, right? Surely you didn't give a pastor your car note money, right? Surely you didn't get kicked out and your church won't help you, right? Is that not hell? Come on, man. It's right in front of us. It's right in front of us. You don't have to die to go to hell. You already going through it, man. You already in here. And you don't gotta die to go to heaven. You can have that right now. It's just that simple. So let's drop this. Let's go to Apocrypha. We're gonna go to the Apocrypha. We're gonna get the sons of the three holy children. All right. Now on KJV Online Bible, the book will say Prayer of Azariah. So we're gonna go to that, chapter 1 and verse 66. All right. And Salaki in advance if I'm reading these names wrong. But this is chapter 1 and verse 66. Prayers of Azariah. Azariah, Salaki. O Ananis, Azarias, Messiah, bless ye the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever. For he hath delivered us from hell. Hell. For he hath delivered us from hell, and saved us from the land, from the hand of death, and delivered us out the midst of the furnace and burning flame. Even out the midst of fiery hell, he delivered, man. So these three brothers, man, thank the Most High for delivering him from hell. You know, and like for the, you know, we got time, so I'm gonna go ahead and break this whole story down. All right. So Nebuchadnezzar, you know, threw them in a furnace because they did not worship a golden image, man. You understand? Nebuchadnezzar ordered everybody to, you know, pray to and worship to a golden image. And these three brothers wouldn't do it, man. They weren't going. And I believe it's in Daniel. Daniel chapter 3, and explains the story. I'm gonna go ahead and explain it to get an understanding that these brothers was in hell, man. They wasn't dead on the ground. They was in hell. All right. Verse 10. Thou, O king, has made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image, man. So Nebuchadnezzar is ordering all people to, you know, worship this golden image. All right. Verse 11. And those and whoso followeth not bound and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. So, man, he said, man, look, if y'all ain't gonna, you know, bow down and worship this golden image, y'all gonna burn to death in a furnace. Let's keep reading. Verse 12. There are certain Jews from who has set over the affairs of the promise of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So these three brothers, man, these Jews, it says Jews, these were Israelites. They were not worshiping this golden image or these other guys, because that is a sin. You understand? We don't do that. These brothers held their ground. Let's keep reading. The Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage, for commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. So let's keep reading. Verse 14. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto him, is it true? Do ye not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Verse 15. Now, if ye be ready that what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye should be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that should deliver you out of my hand? So he's telling them, these three brothers, when y'all hear these noises, y'all should be worshiping this golden image. You understand? Or in that same hour, y'all gonna die in the fiery furnace. And he also asked these brothers, who is that God that should save y'all? You know what I'm saying? Out of this fiery furnace. And these brothers said, verse 17, it would be so our God whom you serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. So Nebuchadnezzar had these three brothers go inside the furnace because they will not, you know what I'm saying, worship this golden image. All right. Salakia. So go to verse 22. Verse 20, Salakia. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to cast them to the burning fire furnace. Verse 21. Then these men were bound in their coats, in their hosen, in their hats, in their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Verse 22. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these three men fell down bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Verse 24. And then Nebuchadnezzar and the king was astonished, and rose up in haste and spake, and said to counselors, did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said, King, true, O king. So Nebuchadnezzar is looking like, didn't we astonish them and put them inside the fire furnace? You know, he asked his counselors that, and they said, yeah, we just did it. Verse 25. He answered and said, lo, I see four men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. In the form of fourth is like the Son of God. So Nebuchadnezzar see these four brothers walking around in the fire, man. The fire is not burning them. So at this time, he is shocked. He's like, all right, the Lord is with y'all. The Lord is definitely with y'all. He is not with me because I'm trying to burn y'all to death and the fire ain't burning y'all. Verse 25, 26. The Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. So they came, and Nebuchadnezzar understood that they were of God, man. You know, he understood that these were Israelites, that the Lord was with them. And this is why, you know, in Apocrypha, these three brothers, you know, thank the Most High for delivering them out of hell, because this was hell. They was in hell, man. They was, you know, on the urge of being burnt to death, losing their lives. They risked their lives, man. You know what I'm saying? They was willing to die, you know, rather to serve a golden image, man. And that's, you know, that's what you need in order, you know, to save your life, man. Don't sin at all. You got to be willing to die before you go against the Most High. You understand? That's your purpose of living. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the class with that last scripture right there. You know, by now you should understand that heaven and hell is also, man, it's a condition according to the Bible. And like I said before, for you Christian pastors, for you Christians, man, you know, we've been taught the law is done away with, right? So how can you go to hell if you're being taught the law is done away with? You understand? We've been taught that it's a judgment day. Okay, what is the judgment day for if we've been taught the law is done away with? How can we go to hell if the law is done away with? You understand? That's just practical knowledge. Is that not? Is that not? It does not make any sense whatsoever. You understand? So with that, we the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command and General Your Honor. We've been established in 1969, and we're not affiliated with any fake Israelite group. That's my time. Shalom, Israel.
Yo, this beat actually really hard.
ISUPK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out Bar Tennessee, all that business. Hey, get the money, hey. I know the fuck going on out there, motherfucker, man. Hey. Get the money, nigga. Taste the paper, bitch. Keep all of your morals, never slave for shit. Ice up on my wrist. Yeah, I'm hood rich. I don't give a fuck about to get pop quick. Yeah, I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm in the town. Niggas talking about that G, but now they come around. Can't even come around. Yeah, I'm up, nigga. Man, fuck all of these hoes, get the bucks, bitch. I'm a young rich nigga, I ain't tryna flex. You can tell I'm cold by the ice around my neck. Straight up BVS, I charge you, boy, you wanna test. I don't get no shot up by a nigga or a bitch. Boy, I love the life I live, cause a nigga keep it real. Nigga freshly hell, take that drip, but get your spill. I ain't little flip, getting pimped up by the hills. I'm a straight G though, getting paper like a miso. That's that South Coast stain if you tryna hang. You be cared about it, bang, boy, we rap the same. Nigga tryna talk, but we rap that murder game. Get your ass pop, ain't nothing to a G. Hold up, bitches wanna fuck, but hell nah, I don't pay no fee. Bitches leak too geek, got that ice, I make it sneeze. All these niggas lame as hell, can't even come around me. Bitches South Coast, South Carolina, bitch, I'm styling, yeah.
Really, no demons get control of me. No money get the best of me. No bitches getting up over me. Don't want much, nigga, I'm sucker free. That's the way it gotta be. These niggas chain, these bitches chain, y'all chain is soak me. For real, this brotherhood, the weather.